boy. All right, and we're back. I don't know if you can see me, but welcome back to Midwestern Samoan. We have just wanted to get on here to go over. I always like to go over some, something simple, something basic, as far as the language. So, but also to get on to to let you know of a new product. Yeah, I can say product. New product if you that along with it, but basically it's 10 slides, and it's the first lesson that we go over in the class, and you'll be able to download that that PowerPoint. Well, the PDFs. There's 10 slides that go with that PDF, and they go over like the basics, the basics that we go over in the first lesson. And if you purchase it, then you also get a bonus 30-minute one-on-one live one-on-one live. Let's see here, live virtual lesson. Like basically like the same thing that I do with my students who purchase the one-on-one lessons. That's usually $100 a month for a weekly 30-minute lesson, and also text messages, for questions and answers and things like that. So, but you'll get that for $19.99, not the whole month, but you'll get one lesson that will go along. Well, that's included. There we go. A lesson that's included in the purchase of the slides, of the digital download that you'll be able to find if you look at the profile. Hopefully that doesn't alert anything. So look at the profile. You'll see somewhere that you'll be able to go to. I'm trying to say this without saying like those buzzwords or whatever, but yeah, if you go to the profile, you'll be able to find it, and you'll be able to purchase those the slides, and then what's included in the slides, and it says it in there when you go, the free 30-minute one-on-one virtual session, right? So 30-minute virtual session, and we'll set that up as soon as you purchase the slides or purchase the material that's there. And we'll be adding more to that application, so you'll be able to get more. Right now it's just the lesson 1 on there that you can purchase, and then I'll add lesson 2, 3, 4 as we go along. And with the lesson 1, that's when you'll be able to get that free whatever. And maybe even with like a first time purchase with like the other lessons, yeah, something like that. Oh, I don't know. Just with the purchase of lesson 1 for now, because and then that'll include the 130-minute whatever. So with that being said, today I want to go through something that's super simple yet super important, and that is the vowels in the Samoan language. Vowels. I don't know if you can see that, but vowels and diphthongs. Diphthongs are when you combine 2 vowels in 1 syllable. So we'll go over that. But for now, just gonna go over the vowels. So in the Samoan language, the vowels, they are what you call pure vowels. So let's go here. You see them here. A, E, I, O, U. And the one of the biggest things, especially for those just learning, especially coming from English speakers, it can be a little bit difficult because of so many sounds that the vowels can make in the English language, right? You see the letter A, and it can make an ah sound, it can make an a sound, an ah sound. So, and then you see the letter E, depending on the word, it can make all sorts of. So all the vowels in the English language can make a lot of different sounds that go along with them depending on the word, right?
Someone
But
says so. It's basically a bit like Hawaiian
I
vowels.
think I mean, I don't know Hawaiian, but I think it's the exact same, to be honest. I think the Hawaiian vowels are all pure too. So, ah is ah, is is e, o is o, and u is u. And the thing that I find that helps with English speakers to understand this, how pure they really are, is to like use English words that use those actual vowels, and then that actual sound that they use in that word will help them to just connect that, oh, every time I see an a, like it's gonna sound like the ah in water, like water, water, ah. So you see a word like this, va'a, right? And that's a little bonus thing here. The komali up here, or the apostrophe, or like literally means like upside down comma, or turned around comma. Um, komali is, so it stands for a glottal stop. So that's more of a consonant thing, but still you see the va ah, and that's something that English speakers will have to get used to too. So but it's very helpful when you think of water. Every time you see an A anywhere in the Samoan language, like 99.99% of the time, I can't even think of a time when it doesn't, but it's gonna be ah. So it's va'a, and like it's. I mean, that's just how it is. Ah, va'a, and then you see the letter E, right? It's e, right? Like in the word met. Like, I'm so glad I met you. Like, Lori's so glad she met me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Right, dear?
Mm-hmm.
She's so
What do you
glad.
mean?
She's so glad she met me 23 years ago. So, met. Um, so, the e in met, the same thing in a word like ese, right? And not the Spanish ese, but ese in Samoan is like other.
Someone is asking if you're teaching. My daughter's half Samoan, and they want to help her learn. And then also, Rabbito's lit up a rose in the
Oh,
gift gallery.
all right. I don't know what it means to light up a rose, but thank you. So for lighting it up, like I like that. So thank you, Rabbitohs, for that. And do I teach? Or are you asking if I teach like kids?
Yes, I think
So
so.
we're thinking. So we've had that question a few times, and I think we are gonna start opening up a kids class. So I don't know the logistics of that, and I'll have to like gear the lessons towards like kids. Um,
Yeah, it'll
so
be really simple stuff.
yeah, it'd be super simple. Like the same things they learn in school as a kid, right? Like like numbers and letters and then putting letters together, and then meaning of simple words. So yeah, that I mean, we could totally do that. But I had to figure out how to make it fun, right? So and keep their interest, and so we'll we'll figure that
A
out.
lot of
And
pictures and maybe even like, I don't know, games. Maybe even fun little
yes,
games.
yes.
Yeah, I think that'd be really good for little
Man,
kids.
that'd probably be good for adults, to be honest.
Yeah.
So it's an idea. So yeah, so we're putting that together. We'll probably put that together pretty soon. If you're interested in that, message us in the inbox.
And kids learn the fastest.
Yeah, they do, man. Like if you want to get embarrassed by like yeah, put a kid in like some sort of lessons like this, and see how fast they learn and how fast they pass us up as adults, right? So so you have met. Yeah, so yeah, message us in the inbox if you're interested in that, and we'll set up a class with the other kids that have shown interest too. So that'd be great. So you have met, and then the word is esse, right? Not esse, not ec, not whatever. It's esse, esse. So esse is like to mean like other. And then when you see the letter I, it's always going to be E, like in the word ring, ring. So you see this word here is ili, ili, right? Ili, which means saw or fan. So ili, ili, right? Not illy, not illy, not ili, right? It's ili, always going to be ili, right? The O, man, the O is a, that's, I think, I'm going to go with the O and U are probably the hardest to train, that, that the sound, because, you know, so many times, and especially in the English language, O is O, O. So I try to pick the word. Usually, words that end in L attached to the O will give the most, like, will give the closest feeling to the O. Because when you say toll, toll, right? Is you don't really say toll, toll, toll. At least I don't. So maybe that's just me. But when you say the word toll, like pay the toll, it's just an all, and then you take the L out, and you have that all feeling, right? All instead of an O feeling. So you see this, you know, you see oh no, right? Not oh no, right? And that's the hardest one to get out of people's, I guess, what is that, vernacular? I don't know. To get out of their just the habit of whenever they see O, they just turned it into an O, like talofa, right? Is so just making sure, like, we have to go over the O so much, and like it's crazy. It's like, I get it's not that big of a deal, right? But like, I mean, everyone wants to say it correctly, right? And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be nitpicky when it comes to that. So with the O, like, I'm like, we're gonna fix it in the moment, right? My students already know, like, you know, when I hear that O in there, I'm like, wait, what is it again? You know, and they're like malo, right? It's like, no, malo, right? Um, uh, oh, I'm good, George. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining. Welcome, welcome. So we're just going over the vowels today. Simple, but important, right? Especially now that we're down to the O, or the O. So that's the best word. If you can think of another word in English that would probably work better to get the O, like that pure O sound, like, hey, let me know. But toll is the best one I could think of. So you can toll. If you take out the T and the L, O, like, I feel like that's the closest. So, so ono, right? Ono, right? Which is number 6, right? And then the U, that's the other one. Ooh. Ooh is another one, because ooh, right? You get that kind of like, you get that ooh in there, and people want to do that. So fluke is the best word I could think of. Fluke. So you take out the FL, and you take that K, and fluke, ooh, right? Ooh, and you have umu. But together you have umu. You can also think of it as like a double O in the English language, mu, right? So that's another, right? So umu, oven. So these are the simple ways that I could get people to associate the vowels to the correct sound using, like, common English words. And so when they see when they see these letters, when they read, they'll they'll know, oh yeah, it's always gonna be a, e, o, u. And to have those sounds, like, ready and accessible, right, when they read. So So those are the vowels, and if you're just joining, we have a new product that I'm excited for, because it's one, you're able to get some materials, at least some learning materials, along with the opportunity to get a 30-minute one-on-one live virtual lesson, in person, going over. So you have the material, and then you have the lesson to go along with it. So you have like a coach, to go along with it, and maybe even. What do you think about recording it, dear, and then like sending them the recording of it?
I think that'd be good.
Yeah, and then now not only do you have the material, not only do you get the coaching, but then you'll be able to review that coaching and that session.
And it's a great way to be able to see if you even like doing it.
Yeah.
And then I think it's a great opportunity to kind of test it out and see if
Yeah.
that's something you want to do, either one-on-one or in the class setting.
Yeah.
One-on-one is really probably the best, because you're going to get the most, but it's kind of fun to hear all of them.
Yep.
It's just one-on-one, you get a lot. You get the call throughout, or you get the oh gosh, can't talk now. You can text answers, or
you can text questions,
all week long.
Yep.
So basically, what comes with the class there, and can everybody hear me? I'm not on camera. I'm still in my pajamas.
Could everyone hear her?
I'm still in my pajamas.
I think they can hear. I don't know.
So the class is usually, we're trying to keep the class anywhere from 4 to 8
Yep.
ish, and even maybe smaller than the 8.
Yep.
It just depends.
Yep.
But you got to know that like each class is once it starts, it's progressing along from the first, basically from the beginning.
Yep.
And then depending on where you are, if you're more of an advanced learner, or more Samoan, then you maybe put in one of those classes. But some classes will have to be opened up for people that are just beginning, because we don't want to put you in a class, obviously, that you're not going to be ready for.
Yep.
I think the other thing is that right now he's trying to do weekly calls, although it's still a tough thing because that's a lot of time. But he's trying to do short weekly calls with the students that he has that will not last forever.
No.
Because as it fills up, he won't be able to do that. That's all he'll be spending his time. But for those that sign up for the class, they will have that. And
if you get in early, you'll have that.
And you'll also have more times, because there's so much interest right now, and it's just filling up quickly, and it's definitely he's not going to have spots, and he'll have to start taking a waiting list. But he is opening up classes now, so if you want to be able to pick what days you want, we have more flex room right now than later, just because it's so hard to kind of fit where people should go with people's schedules and then time zones and things like that.
And I can't explain how great of a problem this is to have.
Yes, it's a great problem to have.
And it's so exciting with the response.
I can't read anything people are saying because you're bored.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
white and the things are white. I can't
Sorry.
see anything.
Sorry. And then so now we're just working on the response and working on the how to efficiently work through all the responses and things like that. Can you still see? Dang it. Okay.
I got the whiteboard right on, so I can't.
Okay. So then so that's what's going on right now. And if you're just joining, we have that. If you check out, you'll see in the profile a way to go and purchase those materials. See how I avoided those words, dear? There's a way to purchase that material, and along with that material from lesson 1, when you purchase it, you'll get a free 30-minute one-on-one live virtual lesson going over those materials, and also we'll record it, so you'll get the recording of it. So I didn't even think of that until just now. So man, the ideas are flowing. So
someone is asking, Samoan Gaming says, I joined when you got to the O vowel. Would it be okay to go over the beginning?
Yes.
Once more.
Absolutely. If you know how this works. This is kind of I probably go over it 5 times during the live, but yes, absolutely. So we're going over the vowels, and we're going over just how pure they are. So the one of the easiest ways was to just, especially for English speakers, which is most everyone that's wanting to learn Samoan, is to use words that use those actual letters, and then that way you can associate that word and the vowel to how the vowel sounds. Like in the word water, water, water. So you see a word like this, and it's pronounced va'a, va'a, right? And then and then you have e, right? Because in the English language, all the vowels can sound like so many different things, but in Samoan, it's just that's it. Like that's ah, that's ah. So anytime you see the ah, it's gonna be ah. So like water, and then e is gonna be like in the word met, right? Like I don't know what I would have done with if I had never met Lori. See when I did that?
Yeah.
Met. Thank goodness I met you, dear.
Oh.
Like so you see the e, and you have esse, right? Esse, right? So that means like other. And then you see the letter I. No matter what word it's in, the I is gonna sound like in the word ring, like e, ring, eli, right? Eli means like saw or fan. And then you see the letter O. And these last two are the hardest. Like they're the hardest to to what's the word? To get that bad habit. It's not a bad habit, because if you're an English speaker, that's not a bad habit. But it's a bad habit when you're trying to speak Samoan to make the O anything other than O, especially when you turn it to an O, right? So toll, like that's the best word that I could think of. If you can think of a better word to have that pure O sound, let me know. But usually it's a word that has the O with like attached to an L. For some reason, it's harder to mess that up and turn it into toll. It feels weird. So toll feels better to me. Maybe it's just where I live. But when you pay the toll, you take the T out and the L, toll, O. You turn that and you put it here, oh no, right? And it's not oh no, it's ono, right? So that's the O, right? Toll. That's the best I can think of. And then you have ooh. That's another one that's, trying to get that ew out of, people's vernacular, I guess. That's the word. Also, fluke, ooh, umu, right? Like a double O, ooh, umu. So that's the vowels. So once you understand, like no matter what, those are gonna be the vowels. That's when you go into the combination of vowels, right? And I use the two down here on this board here, two that are or actually it's four, right? Because it's comparing them and enunciating them clearly. Like, so when you speak, like you don't really like, especially knowing the difference between these diphthongs. Diphthongs are combining two vowels into one syllable, right? So knowing, like in this word here, tau, knowing that the A is ah, and this is oo, and then combining them into one syllable.
Legendary Ray says, "You're so handsome."
Legendary Ray, thank you.
Legendary Ray.
Lori thinks.
Ray.
Lori thinks so. Don't you agree with him, Lori?
I think it's a her.
Oh, don't you agree with them, dear?
I don't know. I can't tell. I'm not. Hey, I don't judge. You don't know what someone's pronouns are. So.
Yes, they. Thank you, Legendary Ray. Yes. So tau. So you have ah and oo, right? Or even with that word, like handsome, like au, even that word, au lele. aulele, right? When someone's like when you're saying someone is pretty, right? Aulele. So that's the same diphthong is au, ah, oo, and then you gotta combine them smoothly, I guess. so um, so practice that ah, ooh. Now I feel like Grover from all the Sesame Street watchers. Remember when he would be like, today's words, whatever, and then he would like sound out the words. That's what this is. Like that's what we're doing today. Uh, oh, thank you, Samoan hacker. You have received the number one gifter bag. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you. We really appreciate those. Those are amazing. Like like everyone who's taking the time to do that, we appreciate that. That's an amazing gesture of support, and like we're happy for all of it. Say water. I was late. Yes, we'll go over them again. I need to learn. I only know the basics. Yes. Check out. You can check out where you can purchase the lesson one materials, and along with the lesson one materials, right now we're pushing that. You'll get the free 30-minute. You get the free 30-minute one-on-one. I forgot how I wrote it. One-on-one virtual live lesson. And then again, like Lori said, it's one way to like see how it works, see if it's something that fits in your learning, and something that you'll find beneficial to you and really to learn more.
It's a good thing.
Man, I'm glad. You know, the funny thing is that's not even biased, right? Because she would tell me if it wasn't good, right?
I mean, sometimes I have to, you know.
Sometimes she does have to tell. She audits my lessons.
Well, I mean.
So that's but here's the thing. That's the only way they get better, right? Because I am not a very good self-evaluator, right? So I count on Lori.
So I do it for her.
Yes, she does. She really does. She does a great job.
I do. I do. I'm a professor too.
She is a professor. Yes. So that's very handy. Like to basically teach me how to teach. Yeah. Right. Okay. Now I'm gonna go into another subject here. Pause here on the vowels, but with the culture, I so many students, so many Samoan, who have grown up outside of Samoa, things like that, who I don't know, like, it's how many of them be like, my parents didn't teach me for one reason or another, and it's kind of, I don't even know how to explain that. I don't, like, there's so many excuses that have been given, like even down to like, you don't sound right, so I'm not teaching you. Like, it's like, what? Like, I've heard that excuse even. Like somebody's parents was like, just didn't teach you because you didn't sound correct whenever you try to speak Samoan, so I was done teaching you. What? Like, it's really crazy. So learning, like, I don't know. Hey, whatever. I'm just, I try to learn not just the materials, right? To just absorb all the things about the language, but then on the flip side of it, learning how to teach it. So luckily I have, professor over here to help me evaluate even my teaching style and even the lessons, how they're structured, things like that. And they get better and better every day thanks to her. So thanks to my auditor, right? So she's usually there auditing the class. Thank you all so much for the gifts again. I appreciate it. That is such a support to us that we appreciate the gesture. So it's amazing. Thank you so much. So we went over like how to pronounce the vowels, right? And related to I don't know, maybe what the crazy thing is, it's a reminder. Oh, just a reminder. Not all Polynesians
I like that reminder.
are not related. Hey, but here's the crazy thing. Like, but chances are we are, right? Like it's. I don't
We're
know.
all related.
Yeah, you know
In
what?
the universe, we're all
We are
related.
all we all came from the same single organism, right? That's the what or in Transformers, the spark, the all spark. I don't know. Yes, we are all related, but I'm just saying like it. I mean, chances are when people are like, "Hey, Dad, you related to whatever," and it's like your first your, your first thought is like, "Man, we're not all related," but then all of a sudden you're like, "Well, but I am related to them." Do you know what I mean? Like it's more common than not. It's like,
I think it
yes,
depends on where you're from too.
that's true. But then I mean, and then you have these huge families that somehow you're related to that name. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know, Fuimono. Fuimono, that's a huge one. And like so it's like, hey, you relate to Fuimono? It's like, yeah, like even if you're not, it's like, well, my auntie like that's married to my mom's brother, right? So technically I guess I am. Like that kind of thing. Like it's yes, we so anyways, yeah, good reminder. We're not all related, but a lot of us are. So, at least by name, right? There's a lot of big names out there. So, anyways, so back to the vowels. Well, man, I mean, even in the name Fui Maono, right? Like, right? There's a lot of vowels in there, but like all of them still stick to their pure forms, right? Fui Maono, right? Fui Maono, right? They didn't the Fui Monos, all the Fui Monos out there. You're welcome for the shout out. Shout out to the Fuimonos. But so again, we're gonna go over this real quick for I don't know who it was that commented the water part or going over the vowels. So again, a good way to remember how the vowels are pronounced, the pureness of the vowels, especially for English, is to think of these words: water, met, ring, toll, fluke, right? Like those, the way that those vowels are used in those English words were the best words that I could come up with, that you could easily reference when you read the vowels in Samoan. So, you see ah anywhere, it's always going to be the ah in water. Water, wa ah, va ah, va ah, right? And then you see in E, it's always going to be the E in met. So it's E, esse, right? Esse means like other. Then you have va'a is boat. Then you have ring, right? And va'a is funny because if you know the word for airplane is va'alele, which means like flying vessel, but still, like va'a is always boat to me, right? Always been. So va'alele is a flying boat. Anyways, that's just a funny thing. So we have ring for I. So anytime you see the letter I or the letter E, and the other thing is just learning the vowels, like the names of the vowels in Samoan, like the names of them. Like if you just understand that it's A, E, I, O, U, not A, E, I, O, U, right? Like those are the names for the vowels. So if you memorize the names of the vowels correctly, A, E, well, let's go here. Like just reference them like to yourself that they're not A, E, I, O, U, they're A, E, I, O, U. I think there's like a Hawaiian word, a Hawaiian song that even goes over these, and like the way the Hawaiians pronounce the vowels are the same way in Samoan, which is what I was. Hi, cousin. It's Letta. Ah, welcome Letta. man, long time. Oh, sheesh. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I see Quengi on here all the time. If Quengi's not here, or if Quengi's here, what's up, Quengi? To all my moi fa'awo. Hey, that's another one with a bunch of vowels. Moi fa'awo, right? That's a lot of vowels, right? But if you understand a, e, I, o, u, you can read a word like moi fa'awo, right? So that's so thank you, Leta, for giving us another example with a lot of vowels to pronounce. So again, like if you learn them for their names, even a, e, I, o, u, then that'll help too. But the crazy thing is, again, the a, e, I feel like are not so hard, but the too, that's one to get the a out of it, right? The too, that's one to get the e at the end of it, right? Trying to get that out of there, just making sure people stop at the right? E at the end of it, right? Trying to get that out of there, just making sure people stop at the right? Esse. So met, esse, so that's the same there, and then e, ring, ili, and then toll. Again, that was the best one I could think of because so many O words in the English language, like they just don't, like they don't sound like O. Like I don't know, zero, O, like mo, or I don't know, mole, right? So the best one I can think of is something that is an O attached to an L, because it's like it doesn't seem right to turn that into a toll. I think of toll, toll, ono, right? Not ono, ono. And then u, that's another one to try to get the u out of it. U is u, fluke, umu. So remembering again the names of the vowels, like those are that's the names a, e, I, o, u, and then even pronouncing the names correctly. That way, when you get to something more difficult, like putting the vowels together in one syllable, which is called a diphthong, is like here, like even the difference between the word tau, right, and tau, tau, right? So understanding it's an au, tau, and then ao, tau, right? Tau, like the cost of something, the tau. And again, most of the time we hear these words in the ka form, but like I said, we focus on the ta form because that's the proper, and it's easier to go from proper to the ka form. So, but tau and tau, like to bake, right? Tau. So tau, and then the crazy thing is, like I just said them really fast, don't really hear much of the difference, but it's just good to know, right? And good to try to enunciate as best as possible when you say these words. And then even vai, right? And vai. Vai is like leg, foot, vai, and then vai is water. So these combination of the vowels I find to be like some of the hardest to get to enunciate, but we go over all of them, and to just get that into people's brains, even when they see the words, when they read them, because we do a lot of reading, right? And then the great thing about going from the reading and then being able to have have that opportunity in class to practice it or lesson.
For the next step, they filled out the form.
Oh, nice.
So let me see.
If you filled out the form, you'll definitely be hearing from us, right, to get you set up. And an even faster way, an easier way to secure your seat, to make sure it's secured, is to hit the check out on there where to post that payment of $30. Man, see how I avoided again using those words to get whatever flagged. You'll see it on there. And once we receive that $30 payment, then like
Wait, where do you say?
you'll get your class. Somewhere in the.
It's not on there anymore because you.
Oh.
Other thing.
Never mind. Message us in
Just
the.
message. We'll message.
Yeah,
today.
actually, we'll message you. As soon as we get off here, we'll see all the forms that are filled out, and we message you immediately with the info.
I'll try to. Anyways.
Yeah. At least, I mean, no longer than a day. So we'll get to you, and we'll get you enrolled, and we'll give you all the info. So yeah, so I'm excited for that. Thank you for doing that, and we'll definitely get back to you on that. So, and then I'm going. Oh, thank you, Samoan Hacker. Well, I appreciate it. Oh, thank you for all the gifts too. Man, I really appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the gifts. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. And then I added a great. I always think this is one of the fun words. It's borrowed, of course, but still the way we spell it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Like with all of those vowels, it's all vowels, and there's 4 of them. I think it's great. So you put down all these vowels that we put together, the sounds, right? What do you have? You have ooh, wah, yeah. Ooh, now I feel like Grover again. Ooh, waya, waya. Waya. Like, can anyone guess what waya means? What does that sound like? Right? Waya. Right? So practicing like putting together vowels like that from a word are a good way to like get used to like pronouncing the vowels. Waya. Waya. What does that sound like? Waya. Whoever can I guess this is the first time. Oh, never mind. I don't know if you're keeping track, but never mind.
No, I can't.
Never mind. She's studying. So just if anyone can tell me what that means, then for fun, you win. So waya. Waya. Hard to say. Oh, and then the waya means wire. See? Wire. Anyways, so there's all the vowels, right? Again, if you learn how to even just pronounce the names of the vowels, right? A, E, I, O, U. Especially the O, U, and the E. E, O, U. Not A, O, U. Not A, it's E. E, O, U. Right? So, when you figure that out, so again, I gave words that you can associate to those vowels. A, E, water, met, ring, toll, fluke. Right? Water, met, ring, toll, fluke. Man, I should have come up with words, now that I think about it, and I might change these words, but for now, these are the words. But like, maybe words that actually make a sentence. Does that make sense, dear?
Say what?
Like words, like instead of just using like random words that work, I could probably find words that you can put in a sentence. Man, that's a good idea. Look at that. The ideas are flowing. So like maybe like water met thing. I don't know. Water met ring toll fluke. Those are the words for now. So you associate those with a, e, I, o, u. So anytime you see those vowels in a word, you know that's how pronounced, right? Especially again, I can't say it enough with the o. It's o, no, not oh no.
Oh
right?
no.
Oh no. Oh no. Another O, right? oh no, right? Oh no, not oh no, oh no, right? So, again, if you check out the profile, you can find where to purchase the lesson 1 slides, and with those slides, you'll get that free 30-minute one-on-one live.
There's a link in the bio.
Ah,
I did it.
she did
You
it.
hear me?
Oh great, oh great. Now it's all blown up now. It's it's gonna explode, like fireworks. But yeah, the link is in the bio. Click on the link. You'll see where to purchase that that digital download, and then
You get your
and then when you purchase that, we'll schedule your lesson. It's a free 30-minute one-on-one virtual live lesson, and then we'll record it.
But not to be confused, you have to purchase the PowerPoint.
Yeah, you have to purchase the PowerPoint to get yes.
Yeah.
It's included in the purchase, right? Yeah, you won't get the free lesson just for visiting, just for clicking on the link.
Right.
No, it's included with the purchase of the PowerPoint. That free 30-minute one-on-one, lesson going over that PowerPoint, the 10 slides, and then we'll record it. So not only will you have the materials, I think this is huge, dear. Like, not only will you have the materials, but you'll also have the coaching over those materials and the practice, and then we'll also send you a recording of it. That way you can always have access to it when you have questions, because it's a lot, right? And and we don't expect anyone to remember all of this, and just whatever. That's why we have the continuing classes. So, and then if that's something that you find that fits in your learning, and like I said, it's getting
it's a great
better.
way to know too if you really want to continue on with the ongoing classes.
Yep.
Because then you can kind of determine if you want, and also to decide if you want to do the class setting.
That's right.
Or the one-on-one.
That's right.
Is good for that.
That is correct. So that's we're excited about that. That's we're always innovating here, right? Trying to figure out the best way and the most effective way to make that impact, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is an evolving process, and we're enjoying every minute of it, almost every minute of it. So so we're trying to streamline it, make it efficient, and so this is another way that we're able to do that and answer any questions. And thank you for the gifts again, Tia. And if only my mom taught me this kind of... Yeah! Oh, did you say this? Yes, Kalofai. Yes. This crazy... I don't know. I think there's some sort... There's a gap somewhere in there with the learning for some reason and the teaching. And, I feel like this is a way to help bridge that gap. Does that make sense, dear? Mm-hmm. I just came across this on my FB page. Stick around to refresh my memory and come back to my roots. Hey, good. Appreciate that. Absolutely. That's what we're here for. That's also because a lot of our generation after us really needs this. I agree. And it's, hopefully something that, that will stick. And we're trying to make it to where it will be ingrained, in people's minds, and that they'll be able to learn it, and then in turn be able to teach. That seems to be the goal of 90% of people who enroll, is that, man, not only do they want to learn for themselves, but they want to keep it alive and teach their kids. So hopefully this not only teaches the materials, but can also teach others how to teach their own kids. Right there? Yeah, absolutely. And then says, not ashamed to I lost my ways. No, no. You know what? I like how you said that. Not ashamed to admit, right? I think there's that's a philosophy that we all could learn from. To not be ashamed to admit like our faults or to admit our shortcomings, right? Because the only way we can get better is to acknowledge those things and then work on them, right? So if if that's probably the biggest reason education is sort of our religion here.
Yes.
That is education, 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 learning, and man, that's if there's a if there isn't an option for education as your religion, there should be. So shout out to all the government forms that put your religious status. You should put education on there, and I think that should be. Gosh, dang it! Now that I think about it, yeah, education and
but just not just
knowledge,
not just from like a university or
no,
college,
not at all.
Also from maybe life certificates.
Life
they should start having life certificates. Yeah. All the things that you do, you get a mark down, and you get to see the things you learned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Life certificates.
I think that you get life points.
Hey, what certifications do you have? Well, I'm a mother of 3, so that's a certificate there, right? My kids are contributing members of society, so that's a certificate there, right? So yeah, I think life certifications. That's great. They're much more important than some other certifications, I feel like. So yeah, education is the key, and the more that we can push education, the more we can learn, the more we can grow, and just be better, right? And I think that's the best way to be better, is to gain knowledge and applicable knowledge, especially, and knowledge that's important to you, like connecting to your roots, as most people have said. So connecting to your roots, I think that's huge. We're glad to be here to do that. So again, we're going to sign off with this. Check out the link in the bio. There, I said it, right? To purchase the Lesson 1 materials. But what's included in that is a free 30-minute one. Thank you for the gifts again. A free 30-minute one-on-one live virtual lesson. So you'll get the materials, you'll get the coaching on the materials, right? And then we'll record it and send you the recording of it so you can have access to that, and you can continue to use that as a reference. So man, I think that's huge. And all of that for just $19.99. Man, I sound like an infomercial. But yeah, all of that for just I should have been like, for $19.99. Oh, we're gonna start this all over. For just $19.99, you'll get, if you click on that link on the bio, you'll get Lesson 1 materials that go over the basics and the history of the language and how to pronounce and go over macrons and how to and what rules to use when you pronounce, and then some glossary terms. So you get all of that for $19.99. But wait, that's not all. That's not all. Included in this offer, if you do a 30-minute one-on-one live virtual lesson at at your convenience. Right?
Somebody said they just purchased. Can't wait to hear back. Yeah.
Oh, hey!
Right, gotta give those song for.
Hey, you get a Poo Poo Panda. There's your. I'm guessing you're the first purchase. We haven't checked it. I don't have it up.
Seen it
I should have had like a ticker going out from the Shopify. But yeah, yes, Poo 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 Panda. Thank you very much for the time. Yeah, You purchased a lesson today, and we're so glad you came and went to the site to. That's all I got. So, anyways, thank you, Poo Panda. I don't know how many poos were there, but that's amazing. I bet it's Po.
It's P-U-H,
Oh.
P-U-H, Panda.
Oh, Poo Panda. Well, congratulations. You are our first verified purchase for that, and we're excited to get you scheduled for that 30-minute lesson. And yes, you get another one. Hey! that's an amen right there. Amen. That's the best I got. So, yes, that's amazing. That's great.
Right.
Man, that's sheesh.
Love
Okay.
that.
All right, love that. That just made my day and like keeping me on here even longer now. But man, where was I? Oh, my infomercial. I was doing so well. But that was a great interruption to this message from our sponsor, literally from our sponsor, from this message from our sponsor. Basically people who purchase, you are our sponsors. So and all the gifts. So thank you for the sponsorship, all of you. You're like the local bank that sponsored the 5th grade basketball team. So but this is so much better. So anyways.
One day, I think it would be our goal one day, is to like make something bigger, even bigger than just the lessons, but to include things like dance lessons and cooking stuff and all that kind of stuff. It's just ideas.
This is the dream, to be honest, is to have a virtual and honestly, even like, hey, you guys want to come to the Midwest, visit the learning facility that is our
might have a big party or something.
yeah, we could have a Midwestern Samoan party. Oh man, hey, you ain't had a party till you had a Midwestern Samoan party. so yeah, we should like that'd be kind of fun. The Midwestern Samoan Institute Learning Language Institute reunion.
Yeah, I think that'd be
or
good.
union, I guess, because it would be first. So yeah, that would be amazing. So yeah, that is the dream, to have like to be able to provide not only language. The language is the most important. Like we understand this, but even the music, even the dancing, the language, the music, the dancing, the food, all those things that incorporate into like a culture, right? So that's the dream, to like because we not that it wouldn't be me teaching those things, but to be able to like use the resources that we have, especially of the older generation. I know I look like really old, but even older than me, right? And to get their contributions, and to even have it like recorded, right? Because that's I feel like we've lost out on so much from even generations before, not having very effective recording tools, right? And what I mean by that is even like even like sound recordings and things like that. So the technology that we have now, at least to be